Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. This is week 7 of the macro overview series. In this video, I'll be covering the major macroeconomic news that has occurred in the EMEA and Asia regions in this past week. Uh, so, I'd like to begin with the EMEA region first. First, I'd like to talk about the long term supply deal between Qatar and Germany. And this deal has been struck in the process where the EU is trying to seek more secure energy options. So Qatar has decided to supply around 2 million tons of LNG to Germany annually for the next 15 years. However, deliveries are expected to start from 2026. So this deal will help Germany, which is Europe's biggest economy, to move away from importing Russian gas. Just to give you all some context, Russian gas accounted for around 45% of EU gas imports last year. So this deal will hopefully reduce this dependence and stabilize oil prices as well. Lastly, in the EMEA region, I'd like to talk about the adjustments of oil output that OPEC Plus are ready to make as Russia embargo looms. So the EU have made this decision and are soon to bar seaborne Russian oil imports. And this is in retaliation to Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and this will probably be one of the most significant shifts in global oil markets in decades. So OPEC Plus, which is led by Russia and Saudi Arabia, have decided not to make any immediate changes to the group's production targets, but also stated at the same time that they were ready to meet at any time and can take additional measures as well. So G7 leaders have agreed to launch a price cap that aims to keep Russian oil flowing to countries such as China and India, and this is being done in order to avoid creating widespread shortages. I would now like to move on to the Asia region. So first, I'd like to talk about the economic situation in China and economic impacts of the COVID policy that the Chinese government has implemented. So the aim of this policy is to protect the population from COVID-19 cases rising. However, there have been negative consequences of this policy as well. One of them being that complaints have been received, and these complaints are by university students about the financial situation of their families, which have basically worsened, and this has made it more difficult for them to pay for education. Moreover, in the long run, it can negatively affect economic growth as well by reducing the size of the skilled labor force. Another negative consequence is that youth unemployment has reached its highest levels at around 20%. And what this can do is it can increase social unrest. And youth unemployment has reached 20%, has reached such a high level primarily due to a lack of consumer demand and spending. And moreover, further, young people have been hit in particular. Um, Due to their strong presence in the service sector of the labor market, which has particularly been hit by COVID policies. Lastly, in the Asia region, I'd like to talk about the trade relationships between the Netherlands and China and how USA are playing their role. USA are encouraging European countries to impose tougher trade measures with China. However, a senior Dutch minister has signaled that they won't undermine their relationship with China, despite increasing pressure by the US over high tech exports. So the Netherlands are eager to have their own strategy for dealing with China. This is because by maintaining good relations with China, Netherlands have significantly benefited from Dutch businesses which are operating in China, and which boosts both trade and innovation. And this has benefits for both the long run and the short run both long run and short run economic growth, as it can improve levels of investment and in capital and aggregate demand. Uh, Thank you guys for watching this brief summary video of what's been going on in the EMEA and Asia regions this past week. Um, Please do follow our social media pages as shown above on the screen. And like I said in the previous video, I will now see you all at the end of January.